1 minute. Zeballos con Guillermo, Duran, Horacio, Zeballos. Julio Peralta, Novikov. Novikov, Peralta won the toss and elected to receive.
Good afternoon, welcome to the finals of the St. Joseph's Candler Savannah Challenger. Mike Cation with you on the call. Top seeds in action, Guillermo Duran, Horacio Zeballos, taking on a couple of guys who are in their first ever Challenger finals. Julio Peralta and Dennis Novikov. Warm, muggy day here in Savannah after the rain yesterday. Today we get the heat. Temperature is going to get close to 90 by the time we're in the middle of our singles final. Right now, 82 degrees. 70% humidity. Guillermo Duran to serve as we're ready for play in the finals. Duran, the top-ranked doubles player on court at 80 in the world. That is a career high for him. Qualified here this week on the singles side, lost a nearly 3-hour three-setter to Tennis Sangren. Oh, right into Peralta, and that was not in a good spot. That's a good way to start a final. Give him a moment or two to work that out. Welcome to your first ever Challenger final, Julio Peralta. Oh, Novikov's got a shot. But it's denied. Good swing from Novikov, good reaction there, but game points in the opener for Duran and Zeballos. Novikov. The other issue we're obviously having to deal with, as you can hear at home, is this wind, about a 15-mile-per-hour wind today. Opening hold. Duran and Zeballos obviously coming into this match as heavy favorites with the numerous titles they've won over the years, whereas Peralta and Novikov both into their first ever doubles final at the challenger level. Winds are the crosswinds today out of the west, so no side being favored. Imagine we'll see the serve of Denis Novikov first. I take that back. Julio Peralta will serve. Novikov has served first the last couple days for this team. Peralta at 33 years of age. Amazing to make his first challenger final, has stuck with it through a pair of retirements. Just keeps plugging away. He was a qualifier this week as well, picked up a main draw win, his third since 2004 over his doubles partner, Denis Novikov. Not be shocked to see a few of those throughout the day. Zeballos has already tagged Peralta, goes after Novikov there, but I think that might be a good idea if they've watched any of the matches with Novikov and Peralta. They have not been tested too much at the net. Just missing long. Duran has a mark. Peralta has been a solid doubles player at the futures level over the last several months. 4 futures titles to end last year. 3 titles this year already. This one would mean just a little bit more. Game point. Pair of opening holds. Of course, our singles final to follow, James McGee and Hyun Chung. Completely different semifinal matches for those two yesterday. Chung, a very physical battle with Bjorn Fratangelo. Twice, Novikov has gone into the alley now for return winners. But McGee going 3 sets with Francis Tiafoe. First 2 sets split 45 minutes. Zeballos, clearly the most experienced doubles player on court. At the age of 29, has a pair of ATP titles to his credit, got as high as 32 in the world. He's the first one to face some trouble. 4 break chances for Novikov, Peralta. There goes one. There goes one ball over the fence and out into the parking lot. Shockingly, once again, hits tournament director Scott Mitchell's car. Really have to find him a better parking spot. From the 40 to deuce, it will be Novikov. And if you notice that last deuce point, they went high kicker out to Novikov's backhand. Would not be shocked to see that again as Duran goes into an eye. Curious. It gave Novikov a pretty easy little backhand, forehand, I should say, on that return. Couldn't hit the second one. It's 2-1. We're on serve early in Savannah. Mike Cation with you here in Savannah, as always, at Mike C. Tennis. Love to have your interactions throughout the day. Already done qualifying in Tallahassee. Facundo Bagnis got through. He's the top seed in the main draw. Gets Francis Tiafoe in the first round. So I think we know what our feature match will be Monday or Tuesday night. Have not seen the full draw yet. I know it's coming shortly, but it's been completed. But yeah, how about that? Facundo Bagnis and Francis Tiafoe, opening round in Tallahassee. Of course, Francis Tiafoe right now is our leader in the USTA Hard True Wildcard Challenge. Denis Novikov, he's still got a chance at it without anybody having reached a final yet. At this point, anyone still could win. Denis Novikov, this is his first final, as we mentioned, but he does have semifinals at multiple times this year, including in Maui and in Dallas. Yep. Saw Peralta shift that body weight. Now 3 break chances for Duran and Zeballos. High formation for Peralta. Ace is the first of the match who will take this deciding point. It will be Zeballos on the deuce side. It's a perfect lob, and that wind just got enough of it for Duran to be slightly off with the timing. 2-all. Both teams have now fought off multiple break chances. Second time through the rotation, if you will. Duran Zeballos looking to be the second straight Argentine team to win on the USTA Pro Circuit. Last week it was Arguello and Bagnis. Novikov is still continuing to struggle a little bit with his movement on the clay. He even admitted that in a tweet earlier in the week, just saying he's still not quite mastered it. But obviously continues just to make huge strides in his game. Great to see him inside the top 200 now in the world. No doubt about that for Zeballos. Duran, 80 in the world, 26 years of age. Finalist in Lyon a couple weeks ago with a really tough final matchup against Krajcik and Ram. They seem to do pretty well together. Made the final and won the title in both Lyon and Guadalajara last night. Hold it, love. First easy hold we've had of the day. Taking a quick break here in Savannah. Just getting our first look actually now at this Tallahassee Challenger draw. Novikov and Peralta will be playing together once again next week. Get the wild card team of Florida State Seminoles, Locke and Nunez. Remember them from last year. Got the wild card on the double side. Peralta with a nice forehand winner down the line, caught Zeballos cheating. How about the draws for our top seeds, though, on the singles side? Bagnis, Tiafoe, Krajicek, the 2 seed, gets Mitchell Kruger. Absolutely brutal matchups for our top 2 seeds in Tallahassee. Decent little effort from Novikov just to get that ball at least up in the air, but another 30 all. Think about what Peralta's done. Last September, we saw him in Napa. Tiburon was unranked. He's gotten up. Now to 397. Obviously have a career high once the rankings come out on Monday at the age of 33. Unbelievable. Well done. Great look at it here. It's Peralta forced to get this drop shot and somehow curls it back around the net. What an angle. 3 all, middle of our first set. Zeballos currently at 91 in the world. We mentioned that career high 32. Singles career high up to 39. It's got to be tough having dropped down to 142 in the world, and still you think he's physically close enough to his prime here that he could make one more run. It has not been a great couple of weeks here in the States for him. Tough first round matchup against Arguello. Lost in straights this week, but you have to think he'll be a guy who can make another run into the top 100. Off to the Zaxby's side. And Savannah Hyundai, 2 of our sponsors. The St. Joseph's Candler Savannah Challenger. that up on the forehand side for Novikov. Looked like it caught him back behind his body. Sails it long, game points for Duran Zeballos.
Yes. Duran.
4-3, new balls for the big serving Denis Novikov in a moment. Back to Tallahassee just for a moment. Obviously, Francis Tiafoe, with his run to the semifinals here, ended up getting a special exempt. So wild cards have gone to Stefan Kozlov, Ben Locke of Florida State, Johnny Sabonnet, former Seminole, as well as Tommy Paul. Right to the open court, nothing that Novikov and Peralta could do. Denis has his doubles ranking currently at 287. That's a career high, along with the singles career high at 190 heading into this week. 12 years separate these two, Novikov and Peralta, as Peralta's in an eye. But it's been pretty cool. I've been walking around throughout the week, and they've just been hanging out together like old friends, despite the fact that when Peralta started his career, Denis Novikov was 8. Game points for Denis Novikov. The biggest thing that I think has been so advantageous for Denis Novikov specifically when it comes to this week and just having the opportunity to play more and more matches on this hard-true surface, he's getting a good feel for how to use his kick serve effectively. And I think, unfortunately, the singles draw I had is now unfortunately not with me, but I think you'll see him use that quite a bit next week in his singles play. has 3 return winners already on the day. So yeah, even though he says he's not quite comfortable yet on this surface, I think he's certainly gaining some confidence with this doubles run this week. Duran Zeballos, by the way, not with us next week in Tallahassee. So this will end their trip to the States. Uh-oh. Novikov's not going to make any friends that way. I believe the fan who got that ball into his crowd gave Novikov a raspberry afterwards. Not clean, still effective. Dennis Novikov gets the Venezuelan Ricardo Rodriguez pace in the opening round next week. Yeah, we'll see how he does. Simple hold though for Guillermo Duran. It is 5-4 in Savannah. Peralta serves 4-5. Not had a break chance since those stretch of 2 games. 4 break points for Novikov. Peralta, 3 break points for Duran Zeballos. Nothing since. That's not bad. Novikov thought he came up with a pretty solid little volley off of the ankles here. That's even better from Duran. Here's the opportunity. You wonder if nerves start to factor in once you get deep into a set for a couple of guys in Novikov and Peralta who have never been to a challenger final. Very solid, smart volley from Dennis Novikov. Doesn't try to do too much, just block it into the ankles. Big point here, 30-year-old. That one not as solid. Pair of set points for Duran and Zeballos. Boy, it's a little bit early for a miss like that. Simple, right in the center of the court. Who's going to take this deciding point? Second set point. It will be Zeballos on the deuce side. And an eye coming from Novikov. The break and the first set for Duran and Zeballos is 6-4 on the clean winner from Horacio Zeballos. Going to take care of this hard true court. Rejoin you in a couple minutes live streaming on the USTA Pro Circuit.
True Sports, we believe that playing your very best tennis is fueled not only by your grit and tenacity, but also by the commitment and passion of people who, like you, have a desire to excel. Tennis court maintenance people work hard to make sure your tennis experience is the best it can be. When was the last time you expressed your appreciation for the people that take care of your court? Nominate your court care maintenance team for Team of the Year, and they can win a cash prize of $5,000. For contest entry details, visit loveyourcourt.com.
Like that it's co-ed.
It's co-ed, it's a good time.
Tennis on campus strikes a pretty good balance
between school and athletics.
Students first and then athletes second.
It's the best of both worlds.
Another way to really bond with your team.
Giving back to the community.
Habitat for Humanity. Project Nepal.
Ronald McDonald House.
We hit with the YMCA Juniors.
You'll make the best friends you ever make in your life.
We have a great time.
We do a lot of fun things.
We all hang out outside of playing tennis.
We study together, play tennis together, go to movies together.
We're more like family.
We just have a blast every time we're together.
At True Sports, we believe that playing your very best tennis is fueled not only by your grit and tenacity, but also by the commitment and passion of people who, like you, have a desire to excel. Tennis court maintenance people work hard to make sure your tennis experience is the best it can be. When was the last time you expressed your appreciation for the people that take care of your court? Nominate your court care maintenance team for Team of the Year, and they can win a cash prize of $5,000. For contest entry details, visit loveyourcourt.com.
The USTA Pro Circuit is the pathway to the US Open and tour-level competition for aspiring tennis players and established players. It brings world-class tennis to local courts nationwide for current and new fans to experience the excitement of the pro game in their neighborhood. The USTA Pro Circuit is the largest developmental tennis circuit in the world and is scheduled to feature approximately 90 events this year. Some U2 playing during our set break. I think they're trying to get ready for James McGee in our final. On the singles side, he takes on Hyun Chung a little bit later. I know our trainer Wayne was also playing some U2 as he got into the training room after his match yesterday. Said he felt like he was at home. Very excited for that final coming up a little bit later. That is 4 return winners for Denis Novikov on the day. Not his prettiest. That missed too. Zeballos, the lefty, serving from the north side of the court as we've hit closing in on 2 o'clock here. That's the side where our right-handed servers are really struggling with the sun at about this time of the day. Again, not exactly clean. The big looper from Peralta finds the line. That's perfect. Novikov's going to come look at this mark. Ask Miguel to hop out of the chair. Finally gets his first action onto this freshly swept Hartrue surface. Points to it, says it is good. Zeballos with his second ace of the day and game point. Over the fence with that one. 1-love. So this means we're likely about 45 minutes to an hour from James McGee and Hyun Chung. It'll be their second matchup. Last one coming in an Indonesian Futures back in 2012. At the time, Chung was 15. McGee won straight sets. A little bit different now. Chung has been, as Bjorn Fratangelo said, machine-like through this week, losing his first set, nothing since. Chung looking for his 3rd title, James McGee in his 2nd ever Challenger final, looking for title number 1. All still to come for you today on the USTA Pro Circuit live stream. Feels like a dangerous moment for Novikov and Peralta. Not broken throughout that first set until the very last game, and felt like maybe something just got Yeah, the wind taken out of their sails. Although Novikov pops his second ace. Need to make sure they put their foot down here. Novikov likes to go with that nasty slice. It's a nice low toss, and with the sun being as it is, as we were just talking about, it not as affected. Yeah, that's a pretty important hold. It is still quite early in this set, but that's an important one, so as not to let Duran and Zeballos just take complete control with the momentum on their side. 1-1 here in the second. That's his first double fault of the day, second for the team. Both teams serving in the 60% range. 62 now for Duran, Zeballos, 61 for Novikov, Peralta. Has done that twice now, right off the top of the frame. Last time Novikov had a look at it, this one just over the outstretched Julio Peralta. That's a big serve from Duran. Only 102 on the speed gun, but perfectly placed into the corner. Chance for 2-1. Two tough holds for the Argentines, but they do have a set to the good. 2-1 in the second. Best tournament previously for Julio Peralta was a semi-final in a challenger. That was in Manerbio, Italy, 2003. Think about that, 12 years between challenger semifinals. Interesting, a 2 back on second serve. I don't hate the play. If you know they're taking some shots on your seconds, why not bring them back? Hold it love after being broken in his last game. That's a really nice response, and I think it actually made Zeballos and Duran think just a little bit. Zeballos especially, not sure exactly what he wanted to do with those returns. Plenty of space there. Pair of mishits from Zeballos in that rally. I have not been able to see him the last 2 weeks on the singles side. He's been over on our side courts, but I just wonder if maybe he's struggling a little bit with the speed of the hard true versus some of the red clay. Really huge serves from Zeballos, not even giving Novikov and Peralta any room to breathe in this game. Chance for 3-2. Duran gets in on the action. 4-3-2 on serve in the second in Savannah. fairly solid crowd that we've got on hand here in Savannah for our final. A little bit on the, you know, just packed under these tents, and it's tough to find some shade here. That's the one issue that we're dealing with for our crowd. It was split yesterday with the singles semifinals due to all of the rain. That will sail along. So fans got to see two pretty differently played matches yesterday. Points going boom, boom, boom. TFO McGee. Much more extended and physical for Tangelo Chung. Loves that body slice serve, doesn't he? Yep. Good work from Duran just to make that point a little bit extended, but game points. Unbelievable ankle there from Zeballos. Wow. Perfect on that backhand side. Can they get the first break chance of the second set? Zeballos was all over that one. And indeed, first break point. Zeballos has taken the previous two. He will take this one as well. There's the break. Both of the breaks have come on gigantic returns from Horacio Zeballos. One winner, one immediately putting Peralta and Novikov on the defensive. Duran played that perfectly, even though the mishit was mixed in there. Just knew exactly what he wanted to do with that ball. Move forward. Good anticipation. Well done. Doubles specialists engaged in the rally there. Duran 80. Peralta will crack into the top 300 potentially over the next couple weeks. Continues this level of play. The frustration starting to build for Novikov. You could see it there with Zeballos and Duran. Even though they're not regular doubles partners, you could feel just that connection, that they know where each other is supposed to be, a little bit less so on the side for Peralta and Novikov, a little bit out of position. And game points now for Guillermo Duran. Yeah. 5-2, a game away from the title in Savannah. Again, don't forget James McGee, Hyun Chung to come as soon as this one wraps up. We'll, of course, have our trophy presentation for the winners on this second of 3 USTA Pro Circuit events on the hard true. Julio Peralta, Denis Novikov in their first Challenger finals. But time at this point running out. Have to get one last hold here and just see what happens. That'll be Zeballos trying to close it. I think first Zeballos and Duran were waiting for a call on the serve. Then shocked that there was a call on the line. And in fact, all 4 players at one point had stopped playing. Okay, we're going to replay the point. I think that's the right decision. Okay, it didn't matter. Peralta with his first ace of the day closes out a hold at love, but it is 5-3. And Horacio Zeballos will serve for a title here in Savannah. Those are two incredible gets, one from Duran. That little flick into the corner. Novikov did so well just to get that ball back into play. You could see it when Peralta misses on the ground stroke. Novikov just wilted. That might have been his best defensive play of the day. Patient point from Duran and Zeballos. Triple, make it quadruple championship point. The ace finishes it out for the second straight week on the USTA Pro Circuit. An Argentine team wins the title. Duran, Zeballos, 6-4, 6-3 over Novikov and Peralta. Great week for Novikov and Peralta comes to an end. First ever Challenger finals. Good spot for them to be in, but Duran, Zeballos just a little bit better here today. Scott Mitchell already on court. We'll have our trophy presentation in just a moment.
At Horacio Sports, we believe that playing your very best tennis is fueled not only by your grit and tenacity, but also by the commitment and passion of people who, like you, have a desire to excel. Tennis court maintenance people work hard to make sure your tennis experience is the best it can be. When was the last time you expressed your appreciation for the people that take care of your court? Nominate your court care maintenance team for Team of the Year, and they can win a cash prize of $5,000. For contest entry details, visit loveyourcourt.com.
Duran, Zeballos, our winners here, and Scott Mitchell, tournament director, ready to begin our trophy presentation.
Many of you who live here in Savannah know part of St. Joseph Candler's mission is to promote wellness. And we feel our partnership with the Landings Club provides us with a great opportunity to provide a number of health and wellness programs throughout the year that will directly benefit this community. We hope to build on the life extension and fulfillment, or LEAP, of course. Everything's got an acronym, particularly in healthcare. That vision of the Landings Club board also get to see a lot of up-and-coming tennis greats like these four that we just saw play. We've seen some great tennis this week. I'd like to thank all of the players and their coaches for coming here to Savannah. Of course, none of this could happen without the dedication of the umpires, the linesmen, the ball boys and girls, and of course, when you come to a tournament here at the Landings Club, the ball men and women, and all of the tournament volunteers who simply would not be standing here today if it weren't for the army of volunteers. And I know Sean and Tom will speak all later, but I wanted to thank them as well. They've worked tirelessly this whole week. I'd also like to thank the media sponsors who made this possible, and all of our sponsors, our media sponsors in particular, who I think have provided this tournament with great coverage this week. Savannah Morning News, 98.7 The River, and WTOC TV. And finally, I'd like to thank all of you, the tennis fans, who have come out here day in and day out this week. Some inclement weather, particularly like yesterday, but a lot of sunshine like we have out here today to support this great event at this wonderful facility. So once again, on behalf of St. Joseph's Candler, the Board of Trustees, and all of our co-workers, thank you for all your support, and we look forward to being back here again next year. Come on up. Big hand for them. Also, all the people that now the volunteers, thank you very much. It was a really good week. And thanks to Dennis who played this week. It was really good. We lost the final. It was a really good week. Also want to congratulate Horacio and his partner Duran. Really good for him. So that's good. Thank you very much.
First of all, congratulations to you guys for the very final. And I'd like to thank everyone for coming out as well. It's great to play in this atmosphere. And I had a good week there. Thank you for Julio for playing this week. Last minute he decided to play. So we're working out on that. And we're going to play next week. Also, it's my mom's birthday tonight. And I couldn't get the list for her, but happy birthday to my mom. She's watching the live stream. And also my manager, thank you.
Our champion, Horacio, Guillermo, come on up.
My English is so bad. First, I want to thank my partner for staying with me this week. So much for you for the good week. Thank you my coach. People thank you the sponsor, director, the boy boys. All you can be possible.
does it for our doubles final. Duran, Zeballos are champions 4 and 3. Coming up, the singles final about 20 minutes from now. James McGee and Hyun Chung will rejoin you then live streaming on the USTA Pro Circuit.
Horacio Sports, we believe that playing your very best tennis is fueled not only by your grit and tenacity, but also by the commitment and passion of people who, like you, have a desire to excel. Tennis court maintenance people work hard to make sure your tennis experience is the best it can be. When was the last time you expressed your appreciation for the people that take care of your court?
Nominate your court care maintenance team for Team of the Year, and they can win a cash prize of $5,000. For contest entry details, visit loveyourcourt.com.